Video. Oh, I'm flunked out. I keep on flunking it out. Thought I had it better. Maybe I'm flunked out. There we go. All right, yeah. We're going to do a video on Mercury and Aries from the 1st to the 12th house. You dig what I'm saying? So, yeah, I got my little comfy blanket. You dig what I'm saying? So, yeah, the theme for Mercury and Aries is new thoughts and communication style. So, it's a fiery communication. So, fast thinking and communicating. That's Mercury and Aries. So the most prevalent alignments is the one we're going through today, which will be, like I said, the most prevalent alignments will be the ones we're going through today, which is March 23rd, Mercury trine Lilith and Leo. And so I'm gonna go down and say, each day that is significant, and what the alignment is. So if you know the language, then you're just gonna pick up on it. You're gonna rock with me. You know what I'm saying? But if not, then I'm gonna go into depth on it later on in the video. So March 23rd, Mercury trine Lilith and Leo. Mercury and Aries trine Lilith and Leo. March 26th, Mercury and Aries conjunct Chiron and Aries. March 28th, Mercury and Aries conjunct Jupiter and Aries. April 3rd, Mercury and Aries slash Taurus. Or no, Mercury and Aries slash Taurus, whenever it starts to transition, that little cusp. Whenever the Mercury becomes a cusp, it's going to be squaring the Pluto and Aquarius cusp. So yeah, Capricorn is a square to Aries, and then Aquarius is a square to Taurus. So think about it that way. And then you're gonna have that little square on April 3rd. Excuse me. So yeah, and then so I did that. That's the theme for the Mercury and Aries. You dig what I'm saying? And all the significant alignments. And then I'm gonna go into depth on the significant alignments here in a little second. Well, not a little second, but later on in the video. And so now I'm going to do Mercury and Aries 1st to the 12th. So I'm just going to, go 1st to the 12th, the actual initial, what I have written down, and I'm going to go into depth upon it whenever we have it later in the video after I do the little music intro type thing and all that. So, 1st house, new personal thoughts and communicating about personal affairs. 2nd house, thoughts about new value communication styles and value of new thoughts. 3rd house, new thoughts and conversations in the environment. 4th house, new private thoughts and conversations with family. 5th house, new thoughts about one's expression and new expression in the midst of conversation. 6th house, new thoughts about routine in conversation, about a new pattern, or thinking about new things to worry about. 7th house, new thoughts and communications and relations. 8th house, new secret thoughts and conversations. 9th house, new thoughts about knowledge and wisdom or communicating. About travel. 10th house, new thoughts and conversations about one's status and career. 11th house, new associative thoughts and conversations in public. And the 12th house would be new thoughts about conversations pertaining to dreams. So that's just like the little template I got going on. So I'm gonna do a little music cal for y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's a real hype song. It's called Third Person. It's on my Origins tape. You could peep it on the playlist. You know what I'm saying? Under Origins on my page. Conscious in pursuit of president, speaking dollars, that's my president's elevated, overthrow the president, flowing better than it's ever been. A young Anglo-American, golly, how we swiftly mix the recipe into custody belief. How by red zone and found myself. Hey, you with the vision, elemental, periodic verse, you'll be astonished, chronic oop, doted, smoking out my lungs, pack a punch, that's how we make my eyes bleed. Broken vision, fix it like my elemental malice. Mary Patrick, chalice green, make my choppers balance. Truly wanna lady, but I'm blessed. Truly wanna thank ya. Truly wanna thank ya to my creator, Mamakati. Love renaissance to the fullness, it's all love from up above. Switch of lanes, gripping on the wheel again to the 5th dimension. Face a whole 7 in the sit-in. Indian style do. Put the blood united too. But don't pass from the blunt, fool. Cause we never beat the concerts. Inspired me to drop the bomb first. All these bitches made them leaders, and they go the truly golden leaders. But it's gangland, so grab a heater. Cold as Alaska, we are King Kunta. To these martial law pursuers. Another dead by police or interracial beef. Ground in the melting pot, divide and conquer, how they plan to feast. Dig what I'm saying? So yeah, that divide and conquer, how they plan to feast. That's a fact. The next song is called Third Person, and yeah, so we're gonna go into depth upon the actual alignments that we're gonna be experiencing. You see what I'm saying? So Mercury in Aries, just to like regulate the mind about it, is a time that's like all about the opposition. So Aries takes opposition in a circumstance. Aries is the individual. You see what I'm saying? So to be an individual, you got to be, you see what I'm saying? Not a part of the group mindset. So it's like the Mercury is the thoughts and communication and thinking. You know what I'm saying? So like thinking about being an individual is like another way to look at it. It's like it's a fiery conversation because everybody is seeking to be an individual in their communication style. So what they're communicating about is their individuality. So whenever we're going through an Aries alignment, it's like a going to war. So going to war upon one's thoughts or other people's thoughts. Going to war in communication. Going to you know what I'm saying, be opposite, and everybody's gonna be experiencing this opposition energy whenever they're communicating. You dig what I'm saying? So it's either one or two ways you could look at it. You could look at it like, oh, okay, this other person's just playing the devil's advocate to actually create a good conversation, and also, you see what I'm saying, get the full scope on things to really understand what has occurred in the either past circumstance or what is to occur in the future circumstance. So that could be an individual that's playing devil's advocate for that reason. See what I'm saying? That's the reason why they're being in that Mercury and Aries energy at this time. See what I'm saying? Because they want to actually get the full scope on things. They want to get the full vision. So they're initiating this new vision. See what I'm saying? Because Aries is initiating and creating. So initiating and creating a new vision at this time. You see what I'm saying? So you're going to have these new thoughts. And whenever you're having a conversation with an individual, they're going to have these new thoughts popping in their head about what you're communicating about. You see what I'm saying? You might still be on the same kind of template, and you might not being initiating upon your thoughts. You see what I'm saying? You might be stuck in the same old pattern. So if you're sticking to those old thoughts, then you're going to be, you can expect to have those same old accumulations. So I'm saying, so you're going to be having the same things going on over and over again. You're going to be experiencing a pattern. So you want to end up being in a thought pattern to create a new conversation. So like create a new way of thinking at this time. So that's what it's really all about. So the Mercury in Aries, trying the Lilith and Leo, is going to be thinking and communicating in a fiery way. You see what I'm saying? So that's the Mercury element of it. That in turn allows ones to burn through embarrassment from Lilith and an easy flow of energy being both fire. So Lilith is in fire as well. So you see what I'm saying? So it's like your time of like most embarrassed. It's your most embarrassing time. You see what I'm saying? That's like the Lilith energy. You see what I'm saying? So it's like the Lilith energy creates that dark orb in the chart. You see what I'm saying? So it's like that it's a very yin energy. So at this time, it's like you could get too caught up in the image that you've created. So don't create this image and just stick with the same image. So I'm saying, don't create an air and earth about it. You just want to continue to be fire about it, and that's how you could utilize this trine in the way that you think and the way that you other people may try to embarrass you or something like that. You see what I'm saying? You just got to burn through reality and burn through other people's ways of thinking and create a new vision every time that you're going through a circumstance. You see what I'm saying? This is the time to create new visions, especially today, because today is the 23rd. You know what I'm saying? Depending on your geographical location and the actual degree that you're experiencing right now. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not sure if it would apply. I know that applies with the moon, but Mercury, for example, like if you were living like 2 days behind or 2 days ahead of time, so like that would actually apply with the moon. You see what I'm saying? Like you'd actually have a different degree to it. So like your Saturn would most likely be the same. Your Venus would most likely be the same. The Mercury might be a couple minutes. You see what I'm saying? Like it goes, you have 30 degrees in each sign, but then you have a certain amount of minutes in between each degree to actually calculate whenever we're going to have the next degree. You see what I'm saying? That's the whole tangent thing as well. But yeah, so then the 26th, we're gonna have Mercury in Aries conjunct Chiron in Aries. So Chiron is the wounded healer. So we're gonna have a conjunction. So we're gonna be thinking and communicating about things that we are wounded from in a fashion of separation, because it's that Aries energy. So creating a new vision of way of seeing from what you've been wounded by. See what I'm saying? So like seeing a new way of how you've been hurt. You see what I'm saying? So like this is a time where you don't want to get too caught up in thinking and communicating about things you've been hurt about. Find a new way to actually heal from that. You see what I'm saying? This will be a time to think and communicate about what you can heal from on March 26th. And March 28th, we have Mercury in Aries conjunct Jupiter in Aries, which will be thinking and communicating about a new experience or wisdom. So Mercury is thinking and communicating. Jupiter is Aries. Jupiter is experience. And then it's in Aries. So it's a new experience. So thinking about the new experience. So you're going to be having a new experience to think about on the 28th. You see what I'm saying? And then it's going to, you see what I'm saying? The Mercury is going to move faster than the Jupiter. So you're going to be able to see how the Mercury plays out before the actual Jupiter thing that you can learn from it. You see what I'm saying? You're going to be thinking about what's going on throughout that whole cycle that Mercury cycles around, and whenever it comes back to Mercury and Aries, before maybe it might be in Jupiter and Taurus at that time, or it might be at the end of Jupiter and Aries, but uh, so you could actually see how our thoughts have accumulated into a knowledge and wisdom. You see what I'm saying? So this is how at this time this is the conjunction, and then you can see it actually cycle all the way through, and whenever it come back to Aries, you see what I'm saying, with Mercury, and that's how you can actually watch the alignment and watch how each planet transitions, and you can see like, oh, okay, this is what this planet is experiencing. So like my thoughts that I have going on in my natal chart compared to the actual collective thoughts. You see what I'm saying? And that's a way to interpret your comparison to the actual reality that you're experiencing. So then on the final one for Mercury and Aries is Mercury and Aries / Taurus, which is the cusp, is going to square Pluto in Capricorn / Aquarius, which is also a cusp. So a square is a learning process, 90-degree angle. It's a right angle. Learning how to change a communication and thought process. So learning how to transform the way you think, pretty much like that. So that's going to be that Pluto energy transformation, and then thinking Mercury energy. So that's that. So with the first house, you're going to be having these new personal thoughts and communication about personal affairs. So you're going to be thinking about what you got personally going on. So like your individuality. This is a time to think about your individuality. On the higher octave, you feel you're thinking about your individuality. On the lower octave, you're thinking about how other people's can be an individual, and you want to conform to that. You don't want to be first. You know what I'm saying? So like first house with Aries here, you want to be the first one to think about something. So have unique and original thoughts personally. It's like a good way to look at it. Second house would be thoughts about new value communication styles and value of new thoughts. So these new visions that you're going to be having whenever you're communicating with people, this is going to be you're going to have new ways to value those communication styles, and you're going to be having new ways to burn through reality and communication. So I'm saying you're going to be valuing those ways of doing that. You see what I'm saying? Third house, new thoughts and conversations in the environment. So this is a double air alignment, you know what I'm saying? But with the fire here. So these new thoughts are going to be burning through the old thoughts, you know what I'm saying? But it's going to be in the environment. So it's going to be, oh, I didn't know this aspect of you. This is original, you know what I'm saying? This is new, you know what I'm saying? This is the first time I'm hearing this about you, you know what I'm saying? So like in the environment, you're going to be hearing a lot of the first time hearing things in the environment. Fourth house, new private thoughts and conversations with family. So this is going to be thoughts that you weren't expecting. So like people are going to be opposing you a little bit more than usual in the fourth house. This is the time to learn in the home. You know what I'm saying? So this is the time to kind of use that yin and yang energy and kind of balance that between that fire and that water. The fourth house being birthing Cancer. It's not going to do too well with the Mercury and fire here. You know what I'm saying? So this is a time to be thinking more rationally with the emotions in the home in this time. So you're gonna be having those new thoughts to actually be a bit more either irrational and more emotional with the fire and water elements, or you're gonna be able to harness that and create an air and earth out of it. You see what I'm saying? I would recommend using the square alignment as well. So like you think about Libra being a square, you want to use more of that relation energy. So I'm saying that'd be that little opposite to the Aries. You know what I'm saying, and be able to be like, oh, okay, I can be more relatable in the home. So that's maybe a good way to look at it. depending on what you got going on in your fourth house as well. What other planets you got there? In the fifth house, new thoughts about one's expression and new expressions in the midst of conversation. So this is the time to express the new thoughts that are coming to your mind. So just be more expressive and be more outgoing and burn the reality a bit more on your the way that you envision what you want to express. So just use that first thought a little bit more. So sixth house, new thoughts about routine and conversation about um, a new pattern or thinking about new things to worry about. So I'm saying I can't be promoting people if they don't be hollering at me. So I'm saying this is like the commercial time. So I'm saying like we just got past 12 minutes. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm saying I can holla at you. So I'm saying and do a little advertisement for you, which I don't want to holla at. You dig what I'm saying? And guess what? I don't be talking about just one brand. There's this brand, this T-shirt a brand. You see what I'm saying? This T-shirt a brand for sure. This chain a brand. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, I won't go no further than that. So those new thoughts about routine and conversation, about a new pattern or way of thinking about things to worry about. This is going to be a time that you're going to be having those first thoughts like, oh my goodness, this could happen, but this could happen as well. You're going to be having that vision about like somebody's. So you're going to be thinking fast about a pattern. So like maybe you won't even be able to actually think properly. So like this is like an in conjunction alignment. You think about it that way because the sixth house is generally where Virgo's at. You see what I'm saying? So Aries and Virgo is that in conjunction. So you might have a misunderstanding with your routine and pattern. So just make sure that you actually kind of write things down this, that, and the third. So like that's how you gonna rectify that Mercury in the sixth house energy. So it's like that earth and fire creates that kind of like that lava energy. So like just be careful you don't burn the reality too much and actually make sense out of your passions and your in the visions that you want to create. The seventh house, new thoughts and communications and relations. So this is going to be the opposition energy. So find a balance in between your thoughts and your visions. It's like what you find that you want to express. Just kind of find that balance between your cohorts and people that you're around. Just like actually be able to relate. This is a time to think about relating. See what I'm saying? Seventh house. Yeah, the seventh house is all about balance anyway. So just initiate that balance energy. Eighth house, new secret thoughts and conversations. So you're going to be wanting to have this new visions and burn the reality about the secrets of what's behind the scenes and talk to people about, what you got going on behind the scenes. Is that in the third individually? But this is a time that you misunderstand. So it's like you got to keep what's behind the scenes behind the scenes. So keep those behind the scenes thoughts in your mind. And you're going to be good at this time whenever you come to the ninth house and you got the Mercury going to Taurus and you go and it moves to your ninth house and boom, okay, you can express your knowledge or wisdom about what you've transformed. You see what I'm saying? Or those deep passions that you had going on. You see what I'm saying in the mind. And then Mercury in the ninth house with Mercury in the ninth house with Aries. So new thoughts about knowledge and wisdom are communicating about travel. So this is going to be a time of thinking about what you and thinking communicating about where you want to travel, thinking about how you travel in the mind, teaching people how to travel in the mind, the seventh third. This is going to be those new thoughts about how to convey it. So new visions of how to convey your knowledge and wisdom. 10th house, new thoughts and conversations about one's status and career. So the thoughts about your status and career is going to be going on. So you're going to be burning the reality upon your status. So like your career is based on creating new visions. So create a new vision for your status and how you want to portray yourself in the public eye type thing. So like this is what you would think about. Thinking about how you're seen in the public eye. What's your business? Protect the business. You see what I'm saying? So you're going to be learning how to protect the business, like Quavo. Do what I'm saying? 11th house, new associative thoughts and conversations in public. So you're going to be having group thoughts and conversations in public. This is going to be a time that is actually a really good alignment for you. So it's like a sextile alignment to the 11th house. Like the first house birth Aries, the 11th house birth Aquarius. Think about those two being a sextile. This is going to be a good flow of energy. So you're going to be able to have that gift to like actually conversate about those first thoughts that you're having. So initiating, creating new thoughts. You see what I'm saying? in the group. You know what I'm saying? So you be creating a group thought. So 12th house, so new thoughts and conversations about dreams. So you're gonna be thinking about your dreams and illusions and nightmares, and it's gonna be these new visions about them. It's gonna be having a new way to look at your dreams, a new way to look at your thoughts, and a new way to look at your visions. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna be burning the reality upon what you initiated and created this past time around. So boom, you know what I'm saying? That areas in that 12th house energy is like a whole separate reality in general. You know what I'm saying? So don't get lost in the illusion that you create too much. You know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of the key with the 12th house. But also, if it's a good dream and illusion kind of thing, like have a good movie script in your mind, you might want to express that at this time. You know what I'm saying? Because you're the first to think about it. And it's in your mind, so it's other people's minds formulating, and maybe you're the only one with the actual conclusion now. You know what I'm saying? So you want to get that off. You know what I'm saying? 12th house. So yeah, much love and holla back. Peace out. And hey, shout out to YouTube for not ending the stream. You know what I'm saying? YouTube usually be cutting my stream. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to end it now before they do that.